Welcome to Bourbon School. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Brian, and today we're going to talk about 5 bourbon terms that every beginner needs to know.
Back to basics.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
All right, Brian. So something that you're going to see on every bottle is what the mash bill.
Yes, absolutely.
It's going to list it right on the back of your bottle.
So
very neatly.
Sometimes they're sneaky about it.
Okay, sometimes they're sneaky. You're right. Sometimes we have to investigate a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Standard bottles tend to have the mash bill on the...
Right. And the mash bill is just a way of saying the recipe, the list of grains that go into the bourbon. Now, we all know the bourbon has to be at least 51% corn, but the rest of the mash bill, that other 49%, can be a combination of wheat, barley, rye, whatever they decide to put into it. And if it's a high rye bourbon, then it's going to be 20% or more rye. And if it's a wheated bourbon, they're going to replace the rye with wheat. But that's all the mash bill is, the recipe of grains they use to make the bourbon.
Yeah, pretty basic there.
It is. Not scary stuff at all. So next we're going to talk about proof. What is the proof of a bourbon?
Oh, the proof. Okay. Proofier the better, right?
Yes,
well,
absolutely.
Not all. Mostly.
Sometimes.
It's basically just how strong your bourbon is. So you double the alcohol. And so if you're at 100 proof, it's 50% alcohol. And I mean, we tend to prefer, I feel like we both prefer like 110 to 120. That's like a perfect sweet spot
Yes, absolutely.
for proof. But that you kind of have to work your way up to that. And I would think of the minimum is 80. So 80 proof is a really like a bourbon light.
Yes.
And then we've tasted all the way up to like some burn your face off.
We've gotten to the 150s.
Yeah. And actually, sometimes it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. Like you think you're going to be like drinking rubbing alcohol, but it's not that bad.
Yep. Definitely.
I would say like 110 to 125 is really where I like it.
Yeah. That's probably my sweet spot too. Like one in the 1 teens is like perfect for any occasion.
Yes, I would agree. And you can mix it, you can sip it, you can do everything with it. Okay, next term is straight bourbon.
Okay, and this really has to do with the time that the bourbon spent in the barrel. So straight bourbon has to be aged at least 2 years. And if it's aged under 4 years, then it has to tell you on the bottle how much. So I've got a bottle of Shady Mile. And it does say Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, but then it has to stay on it that it's aged 2 years because it's not aged for 4 years. So it's something that's kind of like tricky unless you really read the label. Like if you see a bottle of it that says Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, you might automatically assume, oh, well, it's at least 4 years old.
That's what I always assume.
Right.
Geez, I've been tricked.
But be careful because you could be getting something that's a little youthier. Really read the label and be sure, because if it's less than 4 years, they're going to tell you on the label.
Okay, so it's just honesty in marketing, hopefully.
Yeah.
Kind of?
Yes. All right. So our next term, we've talked about this one a lot. It's bottled in bond. And why don't you tell them what bottled in bond means?
Okay, so bottled in bond is a term that comes from 1897. And it basically was protecting the quality of whiskey. So it set certain standards for what you could label bottled in bond. And if you bought a bottled in bond whiskey, you probably were buying a better quality product.
Right.
So here's what it means. It means it needs to be from one distillery in one distilling season, aged at least 4 years, and bottled at 100 proof. So just kind of to protect the standards of Kentucky bourbon,
right.
Which the United States government was trying to do during that time. Basically to make sure it's not being watered down or any like chemicals are being put in there and making it more like gin, if you know anything about gin.
Right.
So it's a term to protect the quality of the bourbon.
Yeah, no bathtub bourbon here. Absolutely not. It basically gets the government seal of approval. We all know how valuable that is, right?
It's worked out okay here.
Yeah, I guess.
We'll take it there.
All right, last term, single barrel. Okay, and this is one that is very popular because everybody tells you, oh, you've got to try a single barrel of, brand X. Single barrel is exactly what it sounds like. It means that whatever is in that bottle came out of a single barrel of bourbon. And I love single barrels because it means you're never going to get that bourbon again unless you go back to that store and get that same single barrel selection.
Yeah, you're kind of paying for the like uniqueness of
Yes.
the bottle.
And that's what single barrels, that's what makes single barrels so cool, is because you can go buy a Knob Creek 9 and it tastes fine, but that Knob Creek 9 single barrel is going to have a unique profile. It might be a little off profile. It might be not what you're used to, but it definitely gives you a unique experience. And the thing that I love about single barrels is that it is so unique and it's something you'll never get again. And so I like that idea of having something that's just kind of a special bottle. It was picked by somebody, hopefully with some care and some who has some good taste and a good palate.
You hope, yeah. Usually it is, I think.
And so I have a lot of single barrels on the shelf because I really do enjoy getting the variety of different profiles from what you get from that barrel.
And it's fun to taste different barrels from the same distiller and see
Absolutely.
the uniqueness of each. And they really do differ quite a bit.
They're never the same.
No.
Never. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, guys. So there's a list of some terms you're going to see in bourbon and on your bottle and what they mean. And what we want is for you guys to let us know in the comments, what are some other terms that you'd want us to explain?
Yeah, we want to do maybe a part 2 to this. So let us know. And there's plenty of them, really.
Absolutely.
All right, so if you liked our video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell for notifications.
So you never miss another episode of Bourbon School.
Cheers.
Oh, you didn't bring a Glen with you.
I don't have a Glen. I can't cheers with water.
You don't bring water to a whiskey fight. Cheers, guys.